I want to welcome everybody to my channel. This is JVO. John here, just gonna do an unboxing and setup and play of a new Dice Throne character. Let's let the audience in here today. All right. This is the Mystic Brawler. I don't know if anybody has seen this new character here today. The Mystic Brawler is the new single release after the Alchemist. This does make sure that I have the full Dice Throne complete collection. And of course, we have the accessory pack that was sold separately, which will have the minifigure character and the additional card sleeves, upgrade tokens, promo card, and mythical card, and their randomizer. That's what everything on the back shows here today. Now, this being brand new content, Bleeding Edge is exciting because on my channel here, Dice Throne is very important to me, and I want to make sure that I share that with everyone because we're going to be moving to Dice Throne Digital and trying to play every day as often as we can. Me and another friend of mine who has our channel, Retro Dope Bear, good buddy Scott, hoping to get us both tournament ready to play these characters, in a local area and win some stuff. There are alternate boards you can win for your characters for each season there that they've had that I hope to be able to win something. Not gonna lie, I also want to buy them on eBay with when I get a chance because they're so beautiful. But let's see if we can get stuff out of here without ruining and breaking things. Knowing my clobber hands here. Let's see how this is gonna work. It should be purple. Comes out the back. Yeah. Some cardboard in here that pushes it forward. To save that packaging without murdering everything. Again, not with my hands. This is my first ever unboxing video. There we go, look at that. Mystic Brawler, mythical ability, activate ability. Whenever you successfully activate an offensive ability that utilizes at least one mountain token there, gain strength of the ocean. Flip ability, gain 1 strength, then heal 1 per strength. Okay? Now that's the packaging here, so we'll want to make sure that we open these up here and get those cards out. Hopefully we're giving good shots with everything. Yeah, it looks like I should be right around there. Okay. There's that mythic ability. Here's this card randomizer that should have the normal back. I noticed on the box right away. Look at his flavor text. I think that's the flavor text on his box they put up here. Sun's out, guns out. Really? That's kind of funny. It looks like here's his promo card and the Elemental Calling. Roll 1 dice on a mountain, gain 3 strengths. On any other outcome, draw 1 card. And it's a 0 CP cost, so that's pretty good. And then this is just the contents of the packs, which are going to keep this card as well. Set that aside here. Finish out the items in the box. Here are those acrylic tokens. Looks like he has concussion, a couple mountains, oceans, seas. I don't see mountain tokens. Wait, sorry, mountain, ocean. There's only 1 air token. No, there's 2. Okay. So 2, 2, and a 3, and then 2 concussions. That's pretty good. Pull out the rest of what we have here. This will be the Mythic Brawler's miniature character. That's pretty awesome. I've been waiting for this one for a little while. The ground's all cracked underneath him, like he's just, humming with power or just jumped somewhere. That's really cool. It's painted very nicely. I have to say, these are painted better than the OG packs that I have. They're taking more time, I think, on these individual releases on these ones, or maybe they have different artists. I don't know. It's great. I love all of the artwork in the series. Supposedly Manny Tremblay is the one who does all of it. Correct me wherever I'm wrong if anyone wants to chime in. That is amazing. Truly, truly awesome. Okay. Now, let's make sure we got everything else out of here. There is his card sleeves. They are got some blue, red, orange at the top. That's really nice. Okay. Get these open and set these aside and actually sleeve those 2 cards. We want to sleeve his Mythic ability. No, don't touch that one. We'll put a clear one on that one here, which we'll grab on the side. This one we will definitely go ahead and sleeve right away. There we are. The first sleeved card in the Mythic Brawler set. That's exciting to me. Let me grab a single card sleeve here for the Mythic. Let's make sure we got that. There we go. Satisfying. Very much so. I know. All right. So, let's get these tokens set aside here. We'll use the other tokens and put them back in that bag so we can place them back in our collection as a whole. Okay. Get all these riders out of the way. Oh man, I want to keep the boxes almost. I mean, we'll keep this one because that's his like case, which will go on the shelf. You know, because his artwork, and that's what we have. The Alchemist is the same way. Let's get things moved over here. Now, let's get this one opened without destroying everything, right? Alrighty, there we go. And here comes everyone's favorite, the tray. Look at that. Look at the color of that. Wow. I mean, as far as unique colors, it definitely is one that I don't have in the collection. This teal, so green versus the regular, you know? I love it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get this finished here. The Mythic Brawler. We'll go slow on these ones. I'm so excited. We're gonna take a look at his board right away as our first stop. So as we unfold here, wow, here we go. Clobber, 4 of our fists, strong arm, healing wind, tidal blow. So 5 and 7, 4 of a kind concussion. That's pretty good. He's gaining strengths. So strengths are one of his buffs there. We don't have tokens for strength, so we're gonna have to find out what's going on with that one. How that works. I guess the strengths are probably one of these as a type of strength. You know, the mountain strength of this or strength of that. So you get to pick. Spirit Strike, his small straight is gain 1 strength and 7 damage. And Astral Strength, 2 strength, 7 undefendable. That's good for the 6s. Large straight, choose 1. Gain strength of the mountain, or remove 1 strength of the mountain and add 3 damage to this attack, then deal 10. Oh, that's a 13 right there. Look at that. And it is higher than his ultimate, which is a 12 undefendable. It says gain 2 strengths, inflict concussion. Now, I'm sure that you can spend some of those strengths to try to buff this number, but we'll have to see when we pull his leaflet out. Let's go up here. And his defense is going to be Wrestle. 1 undefendable damage, heal, gain strength. So that's perfect. Like he's only level 3 character, so he's not super complex, but that's good. That's really good. Yeah, I like this. I do. All right, pull up. Here we go. So we've got strengths. Whenever you gain 1 strength, choose and gain any of the 3 strengths below. These tokens may not be transferred by any means, but can be removed. Alright, so they're unique to him. Strength of the Ocean, unique status effect, stack limit 3. A player with these tokens may spend them once per turn during their upkeep phase to activate one of the following effects. 1 token, gain 1 CP, 2 tokens, gain 1 CP and 2 health. Okay, so the Ocean one is specifically for combat points and healing. Strength of the Mountain increases the damage of your attack. A player with this token increases the attack damage by 1, attack modifier, and persistent. So that's nice. You stack those on top of yourself. You can only have 2, so you can have a max of +2, but you don't have to spend them. They're just there to boost your strength. Strength of the Sky, unique status effect, stack limit 2. Extra dice rolled during defense. A player with this token rolls 1 additional die when activating their defense ability, persistent. So that is interesting because his defense, we can see here, is only 2 dice. So stack limit 2, that means his max is going to be 4 with the 2 Sky tokens. So that rounds him out. I thought this was going to be something a little bit more, unique, not just okay, well, attacks and this and that. Now, we're familiar with concussion. It says skip income phase. A player with his token must skip their income phase and then remove his token. So he's going to be doing concussion on the opponent to make sure that they don't have the attacks and stuff like that. Fists are the 1 through 3. Spirit are the 4 and 5. And Peak is the 6. So the back on here says he's a level 3. Let's check some rule clarifications. Strength of the Sky. Having 2 Strength of the Sky means that you can roll 2 additional defense dice. If you were to gain 1 after rolling your defense, you cannot now roll 1 extra ability die, defense ability die. That makes sense. If a Strength of the Sky is removed before you activate your defense ability, i.e. the card bye-bye, you roll 1 fewer defense die. So that is a defense ability that can be crippled by your opponent, or in this case by clearing 1 or all of your status effects before your defense, lowering you back down to 2 or whatever the upgrade is on these ones. We'll have to look through his cards. That's incredible. Strength of the Ocean. You can only activate 1 of the 2 effects for Strength of the Ocean each turn. This means you cannot spend 2 tokens to gain 2 combat points or 3 tokens in a single turn. Or spend 3. Okay. Strength of the Mountain. The 1 damage to the Strength of the Mountain effect is added during the damage calculations of the roll phase. If this token is removed before this step, it will no longer add the 1 damage. Okay, that makes sense. Tectonic Punch. If you choose to gain Strength of the Mountain, it will plus 1 damage to this attack's damage. If you choose to remove a Strength of the Mountain, this will only add the 3 damage for the ability effect and will not add the plus 1 damage for the Strength of the Mountain effect. Okay, so that makes sense because the Mountain token is normally a plus 1 damage, and it says when you use this one, you can gain Strength of the Mountain, so you're going to add a plus 1 to the normal 10 damage that this Tectonic Punch does. It says, or you can remove 1 Strength of the Mountain to add 3. So if you have 2, you could remove 1 to add 3 and still keep 1 to plus 1. Because it says only 1. You can't do removing 2 to do 6 damage on top of that. It can't just be straight up 16. That would be brutal. I'd like that, but that's not the way it's going to work. Strength of Strengths. You can only roll... Where's Strength of Strengths? Huh. It's a card or something, because it's not one on his board, and it's not his ultimate ability. Strength of Strengths. You can only roll a number of dice up to the number of strength that you have, and you cannot roll the same dice multiple times. For example, if you have 2 strengths, you can re-roll 0, 1, or 2 of the 5 initial dice that were rolled for this attack modifier card. So it does say it's attack modifier. Wait, so you can only re-roll a number of dice up to the number of strengths that you have. Okay, so if that card says you may re-roll, got it, and you cannot roll the same die multiple times. I got it. They want you to set it and lock it in. Okay, so that is the Mythic Brawlers leaflet card. Let's go ahead and they gave us, of course, a Mythic Randomizer comes in the box. So we now have 2 of those. His dice are teal with some pink and tan. That's pretty much going on with what his tan's a little bit darker than the tan on the dice. That's kind of cool. I like the mountain tan. Very nice. Very nice. I really like the color. The swirl's beautiful. You know, the swirl dice are important in our collection. There's his flex of his arm on the combat points. We'll set that to 2 already, because that's probably where it'll end up being the first time we use it. Next is going to be the health dial. Looks like he's just celebrating here. 7 to 50, right? We'll tighten up the dial there. There we go. And then we have his cards. Well, there's his damage type chart. Let's see what's in the front. Okay, so they're all sorted by color right now, right? Yeah. Here's some of the reds are in the front. Oh, they're a little shuffled. There's blues and stuff in the back, but they're mostly... Yeah, okay. So, transference, what status effects, Vegas baby, get that out of here. Triple up, double up, bye-bye. Tip it, getting paid, not this time. Twice as wild, so again, so wilds. More time, tipping hands. So, normal stuff, all the normal stuff. Here's some upgrades. Clobber to Clobber 2. Moves 5 and 7 to 6 and 7. It makes 3 of a kind give you a Strength of the Sky, and on top of the 4 of a kind still giving inflict concussion. So that's a pretty good upgrade. Spirit Strike 2. Gain 1 strength, then deal 7 damage. Buffs it to 8 damage. And if you use a 6 in a strength, you heal for 1. That's nice. Ancestral Strength 2. That's a 6er. That adds a third 6 down here. It does make the 7, 9 undefendable. You still gain 2 strengths. That's not changed. The extra ability Spirit Call. Gain 2 strengths. Inflict concussion. So that's just ruthless. That just makes you stronger and makes them weaker on the next round. Now you're forfeiting a turn of damage that turn, but that's fine. Tidal Blow 2. It looks the same, right? 6. This one says roll 2 dice instead of 1 dice. Add 2, do. So these are all the same except for it's 2 dice. So that's a good upgrade. Tectonic Punch 2 splits it, so you'll have an additional deal 3 undefendable damage with the smaller setup here. The Fist, the Oceans, and the Mountain, and the Strength of the Tectonic Punch literally changes. So instead of this or that, it just basically says gain the Strength of the Mountain, then deal 12. You can no longer remove the 3 to add, remove the strength to add 3 damage. So it won't do 13, it goes down. And it removes the ore. That's interesting. I mean, obviously it's adding the ability, that's nice, but the damage being reduced is kind of a strange one. Wrestle 2 is his defense. We'll go over that one here. It changes to just 3 dice. That's it. Nothing different. There's his unique card for him. Spirit Chant, roll 1. Okay, another one. Explosive Flex. It's a choice. Gain Strength of the Mountain or deal 2 damage to a chosen opponent. Enjoy the View. Choose 1, gain Strength of the Sky or heal 2. There's an attack modifier. Roll 5 for every this 2 damage. You may reroll up to 1 of these dice per strength. Ooh, that's ruthless. That's a good one. That's powerful. We got Flying Punch. Remove a strength to the sky to make the attack undefendable. Also amazing. And Kapu. Sorry for butchering that. Play only after being attacked. Remove strength of the mountain to prevent foreign coming damage. That's a good one. So he's not just a thrasher. He does have some good defensive abilities too. At least that one card. Heavy Hand. Change your value of your dice to a 1, 2, or 3. Haka. Gain 1 strength. You may spend an additional 2 combat points to gain 2 strengths instead. That's a nice one. Those are an instance. And then Sea Song. Remove strength of the ocean to gain 2. So those are pretty good cards. Feels a little light, but I guess we have to add the promo card in there with that one. So let's get these sleeved up. Now, for being a level 3 character, I saw some people online complaining about the fact that they didn't like the idea that there's 3s and 4s instead of more characters coming at 6s. I mean, I think that I think that's fair for people to want more complex characters, but trying to appeal to the masses is a thing, right? So having characters that are just easy to drop in and play is definitely a big one, especially single characters. So if somebody just buys 1 dice thrown character at the store, you know, to play with their friends, like they played at their house, and they were like, I'm gonna get my own character and come over, and they buy this character, the Mythic Brawler, and they buy him and bring him over as their first character. You know, it definitely it's easy enough to get started. It's easy enough to play. The rules are simple. You know, I think that that gives you the ability to jump in and play right away. I think that's the intention of doing the single characters, is that more players are able to start playing with other friends without having to buy a big collection. Of course, there's always the reverse. I was on Reddit and I saw people complaining that the characters are being trickle released. They wanted the big boxes, and the word going forward was that from Dice Throne that they're going to be doing single character releases, I think 2 a year from now on, and any multi-character boxes are going to be all on Kickstarter releases. Now, I just realized something. When I said it seemed like he was a little light, I mean, I'm sure he had the right amount of cards. I can count them and figure that out too. But there are no level 3 upgrades. Everything was a level 2 upgrade. If we notice closely, even his defense, Russell 2, he only has level 2 upgrades. So I think that him using all of his strengths as the additional attack modifiers, or sorry, the extra damages and the extra abilities, that's really what evens him out, rather than him having higher upgrades. So he's more played with abilities, it seems, half and half. Because if you think about this, a character can remove tokens from your board, removing your abilities or your strengths. No one can use a card to remove an upgraded ability, like an attack and offensive abilities, right? That would be an interesting character now, right? A character that can straight up downgrade your board. Who should that be, right? Who, if that had to be somebody in the Marvel or X-Men, or even just a random, like, kind of cool type of character, what would be a debuff specialist, right? Somebody who specializes in reducing their other characters' abilities. I think that could be kind of cool. I mean, we see Naraxus is used as an ability as a boss to restrict the amount of dice that you have. So maybe it's maybe that would be something that the character could do instead. If the other character doesn't have upgrades on their board, maybe they use the restriction of the dice, or the inability to make straights, or something like that we see from Dice Throne Adventures. Now, going through this is probably a little boring, so I'm hopefully getting some good conversation here. Down to just the last few cards. I'm excited to play, of course, as the Mythic Brawler here. I don't know that his first battle will be against another player. I'm pretty sure we're going to have to just solo Naraxus here today, with the amount of time that we have, and with the availability that everyone else has to play. Otherwise, we'll probably catch him on stream next Wednesday, when we're streaming again for some Dice Throne. It may be this coming Wednesday, or it may be the following Wednesday, depending on how schedules work out. Unfortunately, it is kind of still up in the air for timing. It's hard to have those same days off as everybody that you coordinate with, but I feel like I should put more time into my channel here, right? I should be more about me and the channel. I don't think I have that sense of it just yet. The engagement does kind of help, though. It makes me feel like it's more realistic, not just me talking by myself in a room. All right, so we got all of the Mythic Brawlers cards sleeved. Yay! That was one that I've been looking forward to having completed. Once I have those cards, it's another one of those satisfying moments. Satisfying. I'm not OCD that I have to have them all the same direction, but yeah. We'll do that anyways for the camera. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Now, let's shuffle these videos for their first shuffle of their ownership. Right. I am seeing that I might have more in the box. Yes, in fact we do. I was expecting more in the box, because we should have a punch card for all of his tokens, right? And there it is! Hey! Ha 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 ha! Well, let's do this too, because we don't want this to stay in the box. We'll take Mr. Mythical Brawler. It's Mystic Brawler. He gets his little punch out. there. I got his insert for the strong box, which is coming. The 4-player Mystic, 4-player strong box. I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to use it as to transport 2 characters, the 2 individual characters, this one, the Mystic Brawler, and the Alchemist, because they have their end sleeve things that will slide into the end of the box, so you can change them. Single players and characters are gonna be set with this. So my plan now is that when I have the next 2 single characters, I will definitely be doing the same thing with having everybody in that box. Okay, I know this is a cacophonous mess here, so let's get some of this stuff put away here, and let's set up our character, right? Why not? Why not? Oh, gotta get his slam throwing pog. I start collecting these too. Look at that. So that's just a pog though. It's not a slammer. Nope. I don't give you slammers. Gotta do a special thing for that. Alrighty. This. Get everything out of the way. We're gonna be able to play against Naraxus, right? Yeah, that's what everybody wants to see. Let's see how the Mystic Brawler can do. We don't need to use his mythic card, but we do need to get him set up just nice. He's got his extra card sleeve, so when we play Dice Throwing Adventures, he can pick up items, as he should. We will do this promo content, everything else. His randomizers we will set aside over into the collection. That's gonna go there. This is gonna. He's gonna have to go in the Dice Throwing Adventures box. That's where he's gonna have to go. Okay. Let's get his leaflet flipped over and in position. Alrighty. Alright. Stack limit 3 on those. Already give us about 4 of those tokens. That's nice. The cardboard ones we will. We said we wanted to put back in this bag here. Keep them. Stack limit 2 in the sky, and they gave us 2. Stack limit 1 on concussion, and they gave us 2. And stack limit 2 on the mountain, they gave us 2. Okay. Looking good, looking good. Let's get you all on here to see his board. He's a good guy. I like the ability so far. I like what he's got. He doesn't seem like he's going to be too difficult. I mean, he's definitely not going to be difficult, but he doesn't like he's going to be too hard to win with. Let's say that. I can't guarantee a win, but Naraxus is really ruthless. That's the problem, you know? The monster that it is that he has to play the dragon against. And there we have him. Gotta move this so my chair doesn't mess the camera up. Okay. Alright, we'll just shuffle these a little bit more. Naraxus' health counter starts at 65. The rules say that all heroes share 1 health out of 50, which is me. All other hero setup is the same as a standard dice throne, which is draw 4 cards and 2 combat points. We got this set here keep shuffling and I'll take my 4 cards. Additionally, steal from the dragon's hoard. Each player chooses to draw 1 additional card or gain 2 additional combat points. Now, I'm not sure which one's going to be the more advantage, but I think we are going to go ahead and do... I always take the additional combat points, and I didn't win last time. I played as Santa today against Krampus, or Santa against Naraxus, and I got my just bell rung, let's say, right? Santa did not have a Happy New Year or a Merry Christmas or any of the following. I think I got Naraxus to 19 health, but I got robbed. I got beat up and knocked down. So, all right, that's enough shuffling. We'll draw our 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, and a 4. Let's do the 5th card instead of the 2 combat points this time. So we'll take 5 cards as a start. There's our draw pile and our discard. We got Explosive Flex, Spirit Chant, 2 of his special ones there. The upgrade for the defense, awesome. Elemental Calling, God, we got all of them. And Double Up. That's good. I shuffled okay, or not good enough, I don't know. Naraxus will still go first, though. So I technically didn't need to draw my 5 cards. So I still get a CP on my turn, but I didn't do that. We'll go ahead and I guess you do because you don't draw a card on your turn, right? You begin it. Chooses to do that. Then okay. So I would have 6 cards on my turn technically. Oh, this is going to be ruthless here. Naraxus, your dice is right here. Let's do something special for the audience. All right, we have our dice cam in place where we should be able to see all the rolls very closely and beautifully. All right. Okay, so Naraxus rolls first. That's clearly a 1. Everyone can see that, right? On a 1, Naraxus performs Swoop. It says remove 1 random status effect from Naraxus, which he has none. Heal for 4, and 3 undefendable damage. So he's going to move up to 69. Oh, man. I think the rules are that you can heal 10 above your starting health for a normal player. A boss, I'm going to have to apply the same thing. But if he started with 65, 75 is a lot of health to heal to. Alrighty, I will take my 3 undefendable damage, knocking me down to 47. Alrighty, off to a decent start with low damage from the boss. That's a good one. Now we'll start with my first combat point for my first turn, and I will draw my next card. Punch 2. That's a good one. We're already at the card limit here, so since we're at 3, we'll go ahead and spend all 3 Wrestle to Wrestle 2. You know, a better defense is always a good way to play. I don't have any combat points, but I want that in place. So we're now going to roll our turn against Naraxus. We don't have a passive ability. Again, it says whenever I gain strength, I get to choose, unless it's so specific. I was right. His flavor text is sun's out, guns out. Ultimate ability is called Power of the Ancients, and let's hope we can roll some of that. We only have a double up for cards, so nothing that's going to give us any dice mods, but let's start rolling. 2, 6, 6, that's a good start. 3, and 1. So we have a 1, 2, 3. That's a good start too. Should we roll? Keep the 1, 2, 3 and go for the 6s, 6 or whatever. Now, technically, the board says Strong Arm is an ability that I have with 3 fists and a 6. After targeting an opponent, you each roll 1 dice. If your roll is greater or equal or greater, gain 1 strength and deal 6. Otherwise, deal 7. 7's pretty good, but he's going to roll a defense against it. Again, I don't have any mods. So, gosh, we could roll something different. Let's do this. If we roll a 4, okay, so we only need one mountain for this. So we're going to keep this one mountain. We're keeping that here. Those are the dice we're going to keep. And then we are going to roll our last one to see if we can get a 4 to build that straight instead of locking in strong arm. Hey! 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I have the small straight or that one. Let's look at the small straight and determine if we roll the the 6 to get a 5. I don't have any tippets or anything. So small spirit strike is the small straight. Gain 1 strength, deal 7. So 7 is probably what we're at if we won the other one. So that's definitely better. All right, our last roll, we're going to go ahead and keep the 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're kind of pigeonholing ourselves to try to roll a 5, but let's do it. That was it. So we have 4 fists, and that's deal 5 damage, and on 4 of a kind of concussion, which we don't have. So we'll stick with the 1, 2, 3, 4 small straight. That is Spirit Strike, gain 1 strength, and deal 7 damage. Now, I think we should do a Sky, because it would give us the extra dice for the defense, and it's persistent. I like that. Get those Skies in there rather than doing attacks for damage or healing or anything. So we're going to take the Sky token as our gain 1 strength. Then deal 7 damage. Now Naraxus will roll his defense against 7 damage. He rolled a 4. On his 4, it says prevent 3 damage. That means he's going to take 3. We'll go from 69 to 66. Let's see, who was that? What did they want? Okay. So, that is back to... Oh, whoa, slam the camera out. That's back to my turn. My second main phase. I have 0 combat points, so I have nothing I can do. You know what? This is a 0 combat point charge. We're going to do this one. Elemental Calling for 0 combat points. We'll discard that. Roll 1 die. On a 6, gain 3 strengths. On any other outcome, which I got a 1, draw 1 card. So we'll put another card in our hand. Haha, we have a Haka 1. Awesome. Okay. Now that is the end of our turn. We're going to go ahead and roll for Naraxus again. Let's hope he doesn't get undefendable damage yet again. A 1. Remove 1 random status effect from Naraxus, which he doesn't have. Heal for 4. He's at 70 health now. Jeez. I don't need this. I don't need him healing the whole time. And then 3 undefendable damage. So, down to 44 over here. There we go. Okay. Back to my turn. We will gain a combat point and draw our card. Heavy Hand. That changed the value of a 1, 2, or 3 with 1 combat points. So we're at a stack limit on our cards. We may want to discard something. Let's do this right now. Spirit Chant. We'll pay 1 CP for Spirit Chant. Roll 1 dice. On a fist, inflict concussion on a chosen opponent. On a wave, or on a spirit, draw 2 cards. On a 6, gain 2 strengths. Here's our 1 dice roll. Oh, there, Naraxus. We got a 1. So it is a fist. So he will get a concussion. That's awesome. Now, that sucks because they don't have an income phase. So it's kind of a pointless one. However, and the reason I still put it on there is sometimes there are other effects of mine or of other players that if the monster has a status debuff, we can add damage or there's other reasons. So it may not do a lot if they don't have an income phase, but sometimes it's still beneficial to put it on there, just because. Okay. let's take a look really quick here. Okay. Keep ourselves going with what we need. All right. So, it is now my turn, right? I took 3 defensive damage, I'm hoping, from 47 to 44. Yeah, because 3 and 3. Yeah. Okay. I will gain 1 combat point. I will draw 1 card. That just did that without attacking. That's right. That's right. That's right. I'm getting confused. My brain hurts today, people. I am so sorry. I'm gonna roll to attack. My second roll. That's where we're at, right? Yeah. Let's get this camera set up for the dice tray here. First roll for attack. A 2. We got 2, 2, 3, and a 2 and a 3. So we have 3 2s, and that will see, the concussions aren't helping us. Now, right now, that's 7 damage if I want to go with that. Let's throw that out there just because I don't want to roll that much more. 7 damage. He will roll his defense against. A 4. Naraxus says prevent 3 damage on a 2 to 5. So 7 is reduced to 4. And he will take from 70 to 66, which we are still where we were beginning with. This is not a great battle. Okay, back to my second main phase. I am going to play 1 combat point for Haka. Gain 1 strength. You may spend an additional 2 to gain 2 strengths instead. Now, I'm at 0 combat points, so I don't have that. We'll take another Strength of the Sky. So we have 5 dice to roll our defense this time now, because we are powered up. That's a good one. I'm choosing that as a defense. Even though he's been doing undefendable damage, you know, maybe some of the bigger hits I can negate. I don't know. 44 to 66. Do you think we can still come back? Okay. I'm having a hard time. I'm sorry. My turn. Yeah, is over because I don't have anything else to do. Okay, so Naraxus will now go again. A 2. The active hero must, Ember Spark. The active hero must place the top 3 cards of their deck into the discard pile. Oh no, there goes a triple up. There goes 1 more time, and there goes a try again. Then deal 8 damage. Now this time I get to roll my defense. 3 dice is wrestle 2, plus each sky I have is an additional dice to roll against my defense ability. So all 5 dice will be my defense, and we're gonna plunk them all in there at once. Ready? All right. So deal 1 damage back per fist. So he's gonna take 1. That puts him at 65. Then it says heal 1 per wave. That's 3. Thank you. I will take 47. This might be the way I can fight this guy and win. And on a 6, gain his strength. All right, so this time we are going to have a mountain. Boop. That's going to increase my attack damage by 1. And then there are times where I can discard it if a card says I can do that. So, yay! That's that tectonic punch, if I can use that one. So, he was doing, let's see, this is where my brain's hurting. He was doing 8 damage. I did my damage to him. I did not reduce. I don't reduce. I healed, which I added, which is the even out. So now we're still going to do 8 since I added what I needed. So 8 will put us at 39. So he's going to beat me up. Beat me up. Ready. Take my dice off for my defense roll. back to my main phase. We're going to go 1 combat point, and we're going to draw our card. Title Blow 2. Okay. I'm getting some upgrades, but I don't have enough stuff for everything. So we're going to put this in here, and we have to roll to attack. Righty. Wow. Right away, that is Strong Arm, and it is 23366. Now, it's so hard to go for the 6s sometimes and hope that you're going to get something good. I feel like I get robbed every time. So should we take Strong Arm? Let's go ahead and take both 6s out. And risk it for the biscuit. We're going to keep the 2 6s. And we're going to roll the other 3 dice. 3, 3, 4. Shoot, okay. So now I'm really not sure where the frig I'm going to go. 3, 4, 6 is not a straight. Let's just screw ourselves. Do it again. Hey, we got a third 6, but that doesn't help us. Okay, so let's set 3 6s and a 4 and a 1. Now, with 3 6s, 4 and a 1. Let's see. I have crud. Turning something into a 3 won't help me. A 1, 2, or 3. Turning something into a fist is not going to help me. 2 fists, 2 something. 3. 1, 2. No, I don't think I can do anything. Dang! No, come on. Oh my gosh. Well, in the middle of my turn, instead of whiffing. Oh man, even changing the value of my dice doesn't help me. I can't spend to re-roll. All right, well, we're going to just waste it. Explosive Flex. We're going to discard or go down to 0 combat points. Gain a strength of the mountain or 2 damage to a chosen opponent. Let's go ahead and add strength of the mountain. I should have done 2 damage to him, but that's gonna, yeah, we'll hope. Let's hope. I whiffed my turn, but I did get an upgrade. I'm pretty sure that does mean I'm screwed, though. All right, so we're going to go ahead and return to Naraxus' turn, because I'm out of combat points. I've got no upgrades. This is starting to turn not great. 1. Oh, thank you. Swoop. Remove 1 random status effect from Naraxus, so there goes my concussion, which didn't help him. I think he wouldn't have had it anyways, because it would have come off on a turn a while ago. Heal for 4. 3 undefendable damage. So he's back to 69. Stupid dragon. 3 undefendable brings me down to 36. Okay. Back to my turn then. We're going to gain a combat point. We're going to draw our card. What status effects? Remove all status effects from a chosen player. So we're going to discard that for our second combat point. That is going to give us some options here. Let's go ahead and upgrade Tidal Blow to Tidal Blow 2. I don't know if I want to upgrade Tectonic Punch because of that whole removing to add damage. I want to hit that 13 on there. So we're going to roll for our attack. All fists. That is going to be 7 damage. And let's just roll with that, right? I mean, it's no, come on. 2, 3. Let's keep it 2, 3 and go for a straight. 4. Oh man, I'm going to screw myself. 2, 2, 3, 4. So 3 fists and 2 things is Tidal Blow 2, the one we just upgraded. There we go. Tidal Blow 2. Gain a strength of the ocean. Player with this token may spend them once per turn during their upkeep phase to activate, to gain a combat point for 1 token, or gain a combat point and heal 2 for 2 tokens. So that's good. when in upkeep phase if I stay alive. 6 damage and roll 2 dice. So 6 damage plus a fist adds 2 damage. Dang, that could have added 4. On a thing, on a title or a spirit, draw a card. So I get 2 cards. 1 and 2. So I only have 6 damage that is going to the enemy there. Put these cards in their spots. He's going to roll his defense against 6 damage. He rolled a 6. Damn it! So he prevents 5 of it. So he'll take 1. He's at 68. I feel like this dragon is just toying with me. He's just having fun. He's just like, ha ha ha, stupid human. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so then we're going to move right along. That is the end of my turn. I feel like he's going to come in with the heavy wall up here in a second, right? Oh, man. Let's just check on everything here really quick. Looks like the same stuff, the same things. Give a couple dice to our friends there. Let's double check. Okay. Naraxus is going to now roll for his turn again. Oh, okay. I forgot something. Since I did 6 damage with Tidal Blow 2, my attack modifies with my 2 mountain tokens to do 2 additional damage, 1 each. So he will take 2 more damage. That puts him at 66. There we go. There we go. Gotta remember that. Gotta remember that. And on my next turn, this is something I'm going to deal with because I got that on this turn. Okay, so now his turn. This is going to suck. A 6. Fuck. Deal 10 damage and roll 1 dice. On a 5 or 6, activate the second roll ability is Swoop. Ah! So, okay, first we'll deal with the 10 damage that's defendable. I will roll my 5 dice, and then the Swoop will happen afterwards. Right? I'm pretty sure what it says, because he's still going to heal for 4 and have 3 undefendable. So let me take 3 off first. Down to 33. He's going to heal for 4. Putting him back up to 70. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then that 10 damage, I rolled my defense. 3 damage back, 4 damage back to him. That knocks him down to 66. I heal 1 per a swirl. So there's 1 up to 34. Now I will take that entire 10 damage. So I'm at 24. Blam. Ouch. Okay. I knew it was coming. I said, We're going to go now and let our turn begin. Draw 1 combat point, 1 card. Draw a combat point. So wild. Now we're at 6. We have to find something here. Now I can spend 1 of these tokens to gain a combat point, but I don't really care for that. I'm going to discard this bye-bye to get a second combat point. That is going to give me enough to do both a 6-it and a heavy hands or a so wild. So let's roll and get an ultimate. Can we get an ultimate? Really please. Pretty please. We'll go 1 dice at a time for this one. That's a 4. That's a 1. A 3. A 1. And a 4. No 6s at all. So, that is Tidal Blow again. Tidal Blow 2. We're probably going to stick with that because this is going to help us gain strength through the ocean, which we wanted that second one. There we go. Deal 6 damage and roll 2 dice. We know it's 6, 7, 8 because of my rush. The 2 dice are 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage. Heck yeah. 12 damage. Roll against that, Naraxus. A 1, yes! So, he's going to take 11. That's going to put him at 55. 24 to 55. Like that's somehow a good thing. I'm still getting walloped. I'm like bad. All right. Let's keep going. I think we might have a guest here in a little while, or maybe not. Back to my main phase. I have 2 combat points. I didn't do anything different here. Let's do fudge. I can still take another card. I'm not gonna do anything because if I do this upgrade, I'll be at 0 and then I don't have any choices. So let's go ahead and finish our turn. That means Naraxus will take his turn. Oh no, I don't like this again. A 5. Oh, Thundering Roar. The active hero must discard 1 card of their choice. 8 undefendable damage. All right, I'll get rid of Heavy Hand. Change card to 1, 2, or 3. 8 undefendables, subtracting 4 to 20, and then 4 more to 16. See, this is going to be over pretty fast. He is getting destroyed. It's the luck of the draw, but I'm not doing very good. All right, go up by 1 combat point, draw another card, get that out of here. I'm going to discard that for a 4th combat point. This time we are going to upgrade Tectonic Punch to Tectonic Punch 2. We'll just do it that way. That's going to make 4 going down to 2. That brain thing again. I got to take some medication here. I forgot. I got to do that. Let's go ahead and roll our attack. Now we can choose to spend these to heal. The stack limit is 3, but we're going to spend both of them to gain 1 combat point and heal for 2. So that goes up to 3, healing 2 to 18. He needs to heal a lot. We need to roll for our heals, right? Okay. We'll take a... Okay, that just shifted, right? That was that, I think. You know what? I'll just re-roll it. I'll just re-roll that 1 dice because I have 3 6s already. I will take those. Re-roll. Let me shut the gate. A 2. Okay. So my first roll is 2 6 6 4 2. 3 6s. I'm gonna roll the rest. That's my second roll. Gosh, I hate getting stuck on stuff. All right, we're gonna roll one more. Okay, so 2 2 6 6 6. Now that does give me the option. I can try to change something over. A So Wild and a 6-it. I'll have enough, so let's do it. We will pay 1 combat point from 3 to 2 for a 6-it. Change one of your dice to a 6. There we go. Now we're already at gain 2 strengths and deal undefendable damage. However, we're going to pay the other 2 combat points for So Wild. Change the value of any 1 die. That's going to make our last die a 6. So we will end up with 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. That is the Mystic Brawler's Ultimate. We got first one. That was modded, but it happened. Power of the Ancients. Gain 2 strengths. Now I only have the ability to gain Oceans because I'm maxed on the other ones. Inflict Concussion, which does shit to him. 12 undefendable damage. We'll take it down to 53 and then to 43. That's still not great. Okay, he doesn't get to defend, but that would be the end of my turn anyways, because I'm at 0 combat points. So Naraxus will now roll. He rolled a 2. Ember Spark. The active hero must place the top 3 cards in their deck in the discard pile. That's a Vegas baby. Shoot. A Helping Hand. Dang. And not this time. Now that one's important. Those I love. Those being able to negate 6 damage is big. Okay. 8 damage I get to roll my defense against. And I get to roll all 5 dice. And I still did it wrong because my 12 plus 2 damage would be 2 more. So he's at 41. Okay. Let's make sure things are going okay over there. Alright, so my defense is to heal for 2. So his 8 damage that he was doing is 6 damage, and I do 3 undefendable damage back to him. So 38 for him. And I'll take 6, putting me down to 12. This isn't going to end up the way I want. It's like an ult on him multiple times. So now, again, my turn. We'll draw 1. We will discard these 2 tokens to gain an additional combat point and heal for 2, up to 14. It's the only way to play those, right? Draw my card. We're at 2. Clobber and a double up. Whoa, let's do this one. We will go 1 combat point for double up. That means draw 2 cards. 1 and 2. A better D and a Kapu. Okay, so remove a string. Oh, that's not too bad. Not too bad. We will now roll our attack against Naraxus. Yet again, I don't think this is going to go very well. The gate is open. I keep losing the dice. A 3 and a 6 flew out. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll keep a 3, 4, 5, and 6. Hoping for a 2. Nope. Last roll, hoping for a 2. Nope. So, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a small strike. Spirit Strike. Gain 1 strength and deal 7 damage. We'll let that be that because the 7, 8, 9 damage is coming within my 2 mountains. He will roll his defense against 9. Let's close that gate there for him. 9 damage. And Naraxus rolls a 2, which prevents 3. So he'll take 6. We're putting him at 32. This is doing some, but not a lot. Okay. Back to my main phase. We are going to do nothing because there's no upgrades right now. Or nothing I can do. So Naraxus takes his turn again. 3, which is Gashing Bite. I wonder if it's supposed to be gnashing, but there's no N. But gashing, like, gives you a gash? Yeah, sure. Roll 4 dice. Deal the value the highest of the 2 highest dice. I hate this one. Oh, they're all 2s. Yes! So it only does 4 damage to me that I get to roll my 5 dice defense against. That's a good one. All right. 4 damage coming my way, and I do 4 damage back and reduce it by 1. So I take 3. I'm at 11. He takes 4, which puts him at 28. I'm not doing many better than Santa did earlier, but jeez. I was going to remove his concussion because it doesn't help him. God, it would be really useful against other people, but no. Okay. So, my turn starts again. Let's go with a combat point, draw a card, flying punch, remove a sky, and make it undefendable. That's a good one. Let's get a big wallop on him. Ready? Okay, we have all of those, which isn't anything for me just yet. I still need an attack, though. Man, I don't like any of that. Let's go a 4 and a 5. We will keep. And we'll roll the rest. 3, 4, 5, 6. We have a small straight and a 5. Okay, so technically we can do knockout, which is 3 undefendable damage, or the small straight is, well, maybe 5 undefendable, right? Or a small straight is 7 to gain a strength. Let's do the knockout because it's undefendable, doesn't give him a chance to lower the damage. 7, 8, 9, he might reduce it as far as down to 2 with a roll. So we will do knockout, and with our 2 mountains, it's going to be 5 undefendable damage, removing him to 23. That's much better. That's much better. I'm still half of, less than half. So I don't know what we have to heal or something. That is the end of, or that's the end of my attack. My next turn is going to be, oh, I should have did the bigger one and then used the undefendable. Fudge. If I get another turn, I have to do that. All right, Naraxus takes his turn. 1, swoop. Remove 1 random status effects, which he doesn't have. Heal for 4. Damn it, to 27. And 3 undefendable damage to me. 10. 9. 8. I was at 11, so he is just taking small bites, right? Let's say those small bites are a depth of 1,000 cuts. All right, our turn again. We're going to go 1 combat point, 1 card. We got the same Z's over here. If we can do some other big knocks, we could do something here. Maybe. I doubt it. He has to hit small while we hit big, because we're under 10 health. It's almost over. 3, 4, 6, and I got a 1. Wait. 3 fists and a mountain. Strong arm. After targeting an opponent, you each roll 1 dice. Is that going to be big enough? That's not going to be big enough. I need more damage. Damn it. Damage. Let's do... We're going to keep these right here, and we're going to roll the 6. That's a 1, 3, 3, and a 4. That's 3 fists and a spirit. We need 1 more spirit. And there's our spirit. So there we go. That is going to be Tidal Blow 2. Gain a strength of the ocean. Deal 6 damage and roll 2 dice. Draw 2 cards. Damn it, I was hoping to add some damage on that one. Dang, okay. We are way over the card limit by 1. Okay. So we are also going to spend 1, so it's 6, 7, 8, and we're spending 1 combat point to go Flying Punch, making it remove a strength of the sky. Ooh, that's 1 less dice to make this attack undefendable. Okay. So we are back at 6 cards, and I don't have to discard, and that is 8 undefendable damage he just took. That puts him down to 19. That's better. That's better. I think that's 1 health less than what that Santa got when he got clobbered earlier. Man, I can see this going really well if you can play it right, but it's just not happening perfectly. Okay. Back to my main phase. I am gonna go ahead and discard Clobber 2. Oops, over here. For a combat point, putting me at 3. Okay. That's the end of my turn. So Naraxus will take his turn. A 5. Active hero must discard 1 card of their choice. This one. And then, oh gosh dang. 8 undefendable damage. That's my entire amount of health. So, hold on here. Remove, I can pay 1. Here we go. Down to 2. Play only after being attacked. Remove Strength of the Mountain to prevent 4 incoming damage. So instead of being wiped completely, I have 4 health left. That's funny. That's funny. Why? Why? There's no way I can hit 19 now. There's no way unless he whiffs, which he can't whiff. Durr. All right. Fudge. Here's my last turn. Gain a combat point. Draw a card. Transference, discard. Up to that. Let's go. I got A6. We're going for this. We just have to. We have to. It's our last turn. There's no chance. 2 6s. Oh, hell yeah. Last roll. Give me a natural ultimate. Please. Oh, come on. Okay. I have a 3 combat points, change the value of any 2 dice. So there's our second ultimate this round. These both become 6s. I think our guest is here. It's going to be 13 undefendable damage. We'll remove 3 going to 16, 10 going to 6. Okay. That is my turn. We're going to roll his turn. A 4. 4 is take 1 of the active hero's dice till the end of my turn. First time he got that one, I guess. Thank goodness. 9 damage I have to roll against. Okay. I only have 1 strength of the sky, so I can only roll 4 as my defense, which he took my dice anyway. So 9 is more than my health. I can only reduce it by 4. So I can be out alive by 1. Oh, come on. Ah! I only reduced his damage. I did 3 more to him, so he's at 3 health. Ah, so close. And he's doing, I said he does a 8, 7, and I had 4 health. Damn! I got so close! No! No! Mystic Brawler is a loser. Wah, wah, wah. Naraxus wins again. That's 2 losses today. Dang. Alright, I like this character a lot. I really hope that I get another chance to play again. Probably not today. Yeah, it's still 3 o'clock. I gotta get ready for work. I don't think my guest is showing, so that's okay. I want to thank everybody who showed up. I want to kill the dice cam here so I can see if anybody said anything in chat. Let's get you over here. My one viewer who is there or still there or not, thank you. I had some fun today before work to de-stress, even though I tend to create my own stress all the time. I'm going to go ahead and close the stream out today with another loss. Unfortunately, the Mystic Brawler didn't have what it takes, and that's okay. Thanks for joining. JVO signing off. I hope to catch you guys on the next stream. More Dice Throne coming soon.